Blessings, everyone. Welcome back. Amitabha. Namaste. Sending out nothing but love to you guys. And may peace always be surrounding you. So, as you already know, to remain as pure consciousness and not give in to the ego, to not give it identification to the personal self, to not believe every thought and every emotion to be who you are. And you are not the body. Any identification that you give yourself will ultimately take you away from the present awareness that you truly are. So now that you're experiencing life as your true self, you can truly live life to the fullest because you are whole, you are full, you are whole as your pure self is not missing. And it's not whole and full as in you are full of thoughts and full of concepts and full of ideas. You are whole in spirit, you are whole in love, you're whole in peace. You are now here allowing for the will of God to manifest through you. The will of God. God is within you. The universe is within you. You are allowing it through your spontaneous flow. In your flow, in your just spontaneous flow of just being, you don't have to plan and think of how you're going to live, how you're going to be. You just are. You're just being. You're actually being the true human being. You're actually becoming, or you're not really even becoming. You already are. There's nothing to become. You're just existing as life. You are life. You don't need to live a life. You are life. And you are starting to experience what it is that Jesus and Buddha and Krishna and all the sages from many, many different cultures and religions and, all around the world, what they actually taught, that letting your mind and letting your identity go and surrendering to this higher being, this higher God, which is your true self behind your mind, your true self behind your thoughts, the awareness, surrendering to that pure joyous awareness. And you will be blessed, you will be healed. Surrendering your never-ending thoughts, surrendering your never-ending identification, surrendering your never-ending concepts that keep you in a loop, that keep you struggling. surrendering all these things and allowing for you to just remain as you are. As you remain as you are, you don't live with all these thoughts, all these stresses, all these anxieties. They don't even exist. You've healed past through them. They were never really yours to begin with. You just held on to them. You experienced something from a limited perspective, which was the personal self. And that awareness, that consciousness that lives within the personal self did not have the ability to understand what was going on. So it took it to be real. It took it to be personal. It took it to be its own. And it took it into its own body. It took it into whatever it wanted to perceive it as and understand it as. And it might have made a mess of your physical body and your experience. But I'm telling you, none of that was real. It was all just a moment in time with events happening in the world. And as your true self, you could have just observed whatever thing that your mind thought was unjust, or whatever thing, that your mind and your personal self was going through, and took it personal. But if you would have remained as the pure consciousness, it would have just observed it. It would have never taken it in. It would have just, it's like a movie. It would have just watched the events just happening like a movie, because that's what's happening in the world. Everything in our outer senses is just a movie. And it has nothing to do with us. We are just here to sit back, laugh, enjoy it. If you want, you could even cry. Crying is so beautiful. You can cry about the experiences. Just don't hold on to them. No, they're not happening to you personally. There's no you personally to take anything personal. It's when you identify as a personal thing that you draw these things, all these emotions, all these thoughts, and embody them. And I'm here to tell you that you don't have to do that. You don't need to do that. And you don't even have to think to do that. It's just remain present, remain pure consciousness as life is happening, as events are happening. You can just experience the richness of life, the beauty of life, without being identified with it. And you will see there's space between you. There's an atmosphere that you radiate, and all those things don't penetrate into your being. They cannot. Nothing can penetrate into your being. It is not how this universe was created. You are healed already. You always were healed. You were at peace. You were at love. You've always been in peace, always been in love, always been in abundance, always been in all these things. But somehow you just weren't aware of them. You weren't looking at them. You were looking at other things. But it is beautiful that you have remembered this. And now you are here. You have your soul your infinite self, everything. And it's amazing that we get to share it together. And you are healed, and you are beautiful, and it's something you don't even have to believe, because this is not a belief anymore. Everything I have spoken about in my videos is not beliefs. You don't have to believe anything. The truth and the evidence is in the experience itself. If you're not convinced, if there's still your mind right now telling you, but this, but that, what if this, what if that? Notice that there's still something observing those thoughts. And in that observation, you can realize the truth that you are not those thoughts. You are the one experiencing those thoughts, those doubts, those buts. And that's the evidence that you need. And if you're still not convinced, if your mind is still not convinced, well, try being empty of the mind and see if you are a fool. See if it fails you, right? Test it. Test your awareness, your pure self. See if it fails you. See if it brings you more hate, if it brings you more anxiety. See if you remaining empty brings you more pain, brings you more suffering, brings you more all of this. That's your test. Do it. And I guarantee this will not happen. It cannot happen. The truth defends itself. So rather than you doubting yourself and questioning and believing your mind and taking your mind as it being the all absolute truth and everything, and doubting your own soul, doubting your own spirit, maybe your mind, your logical mind, needs to have it be proven. And go for it. Challenge it. Challenge this that I'm saying. Challenge and see if it fails you. See if it's not true. And I guarantee your mind and ego will run away. Your mind and all the belief systems and structures and concepts that you had before, they will evaporate, because this is pure light. This is pure infinite love. It is going against. And it is here within you. It's always been here. I love you guys. Sending out always nothing but love to you guys. It's a beautiful time, beautiful life, beautiful everything. All of these things can be experienced, and they're only experienced from the eye of the beloved. You are the beloved. You are your own savior. You are the answers. It is just a matter of realizing who you are, who is the you in the R. Blessings. Namaste. Amitabha.